Hello there, in this video I will be showing you how to use the marketing agency OS. So the first thing that you see when you open up this homepage is this dashboard, and on the left side we can see the navigation menu where you have the dashboards. We have 6 dashboards: the lead generation, the sales, the onboarding, the fulfillment, the offboarding, and the finances dashboard. And on the pages we have 5 main pillars: the lead generation, the sales process, the fulfillment process, the finances, and the resources. And on the right side we have 4 visual charts. The first one is the active projects by the type, if it's recurring or one-time projects. And here we have the pipeline projects of active leads. Here we have the sales pipeline by the stages. You can see the lead, call booked, qualified, the proposal sent, contract signed, the closed one, and the closed loss. And we can see the projects pipeline by the stages: onboarding, in progress, is revision and the review, offboarding, and completed. Now let's start with the navigation menu. So let's start with the pages. As you can see here, we have 5 main pillars: the lead generation, the sales process, the fulfillment process, the finances, and resources. For the lead generation, so this is an internal content calendar and manager and an internal campaign tracker. For the sales process, so here you will be able to manage all your leads, the proposals, and the clients. For the fulfillment process, you will be able to fulfill the projects that you have closed from the sales process. As you can see, we have projects and deliverables, tasks, meetings, and we have the external content manager and the external campaigns as tracker. We have finances, so you can manage the invoices, the expenses, and subscriptions. And for resources, you have SOPs list, standard operation procedures. We have resources, files manager, and team members. Let's start with the lead generation. If we go to the content manager, as you can see here, this is a pipeline of the content you will be creating internally. If we open one of those cards, we can see each piece of content has a title, a platform, you can select one or multiple, the publish date, the status, idea, draft, planning, filming, editing, scheduled, and published. And you have a type, if it's a media post, short form, long form, newsletter. You can also add another one, just write down the name, and you click on create, and it's gonna be created here. Then you can move this card in the pipeline until it's published. And as you can see here, we have another view for the active, and once you put the status into published, it's gonna disappear from here and will be appearing in here. And we have them in form of a calendar by the published date. And we have a list by all the piece of contents that you have created, sorted by the published date. For the internal campaigns tracker, so it's the same thing. You can here manage, plan, and track the performance of all your campaigns. And if we open one of the campaigns, we can see each campaign have a title, a status from planned, active, post, completed, and cancelled. We have a channel, we have a budget, and we have a goal. For example, here we have the number of purchases, or you can select number of leads. You can also add whatever you want, add any tags, or edit the current tags as you like. And we have the timeline by the start and end date. Make sure this end date is on, and you can put the campaign URL so you can see more details there. And here we have the active ones, so anything that is planned and in progress. The completed ones, anything that is completed or cancelled, and this is a list of all the campaigns you have. And for the sales process, we have a sales pipeline. Let's open one of the leads, and each client or lead have properties and dates. First thing is status, lead, call booked, qualified, proposal sent, contract signed, closed one, and closed loss. Company name, email, phone, the lead source if it's organic, paid ads, outreach, the deal value, and this is the proposal, and this is the created time. So this is proposals, so this is a relation to the proposals database, so you can keep track of the proposal status. For example, this one is accepted. Here you have the dates, so you can keep track of the dates. Once a lead is converted into a client, the status is closed one, then we will consider him as a client, and he is related to meetings, projects, and invoices. And then you can move the lead through the pipeline: call booked, qualified, proposal sent, contract signed, and closed one. And we have also other views, the active, so any lead that has the status of to do in progress, done, anyone who have a status of closed one or closed loss, and this is a list of all the leads that you have. The proposals, so as we said, we can create a proposal here, let's say proposal, and you can select which client is it for. Let's say it's client example. You can put the amount, you can put the proposal file or URL based on how you create proposals, and then you can set it as ready. Then you can send it, and it's either going to be accepted or rejected. If it's accepted, it's going to disappear from this view, and it's going to appear here as for with the completed ones. If you click on this client, you can see the proposal here. Let's close this. For the clients, when a lead is closed and the status is closed one, it's gonna appear here for our clients list. So this is all for the sales process. Once a client is closed, all you need to do is come here. You can simply do it by creating a new page, writing down project example. You can select the client. Let's select client example, and let's select the deadline. Let's say it's 31. Now let's open the card to see more details. So as you can see here, the client, you can open it here and see all the details of this client. You can say the type, if it's one time or recurring. Let's say it's one time. And we can say the start date is today, and then here you can put a description for this project. And as you can see, each project is related to deliverables, tasks, content, campaigns, meetings, and invoices. So the first thing that you see here is the onboarding questionnaire. So we have an onboarding form that is created automatically with each project created. You can go to the form builder, you can customize this form, you can delete a question, you can change the title, you can change the description, you can add a new question. So very customizable. Once it's done, you can click on share form, select anyone on the web, then copy the link and share it with your client, and the response is gonna appear here. So once the onboarding is done, you can simply move it to in progress. So now you can start by creating the deliverables. What are the deliverables that you will deliver to this client? You can put a description for each deliverable. You can also set tasks, and a task is both related to a deliverable and a deliverable, and tasks, they are automatically linked to this project because we have a filter here that is automatically created. We call the self-reference filter. You can write down tasks. Let's say task. You can see they are grouped by the deliverable here. As you can see, you can set an assigned to, a task, and a due date. Now you have the content pipeline. You can simply start by adding the ideas here. Let's come here and let's say it's a short form and the publish date is 31. Another example, the type is short form and the publish date is 31 as well. So the campaigns, let's say we will just create one, and this is it's related to project example. And we have meetings. You can create a meeting here. Let's say it's a onboarding call, the type is onboarding, the date is today, and you can select the client example. And once you are on the meeting, you can just come to this page, start transcribing, and Notion AI is going to gather your meeting notes. And then once done, it's going to create the transcribe, the summary, and everything here. So everything is going to be organized here. And then you can also create invoices. So let's say invoice example, you can write down the amount, the invoice date, the client, and you can also upload the invoice file here so you keep track of it. You also can track the status of the invoices, draft, sent, overdue, and paid. So now once we have created all of this data for this project, now let's go back to the dashboard. And if we go to the deliverables, we should see all the deliverables that we have just created. So as you can see here, all the deliverables, we can change the status, review, and let's put those as approved. As you can see, they are archived from here since they are completed, and we will be able to see them here, as you can see. So this way, anything that is done, it's gonna disappear from this view, so you can only focus on what you need to get done. Now let's move on to tasks, and yeah, as you can see, we have a view here by deliverables, by projects, by team, done, and all. By deliverables, we can see all the tasks that we have just created in the project. So task, for example, is assigned to Simo, status, deliverable, project, etc. So once you change the status to done, it's gonna disappear as well from this view. So this way you can only focus on the tasks that are in progress. We open the deliverable, we can see the active tasks completed and the list of all. So by projects, we have the same tasks, but now they are grouped by the project name. So as you can see, we have only this one that is in progress. Once we put it into done, it's gonna disappear. So the tasks by team members, and we have the completed tasks and a list of all the tasks grouped by the project. We have meetings. So as you can see, we can see the meeting that we have just created. This way you can see all the meetings and all the notes, so you can easily access each one of those. Now for the external content manager, so you will see both the piece of content that we have created. So yeah, as you can see here, they are both for this project. And if we change the status to filming and we go to the project, you will see that this piece of content is changed to filming as well. The same thing for campaigns and ads tracker. If we go to active, we can see that the one that we have just created, you can fill in the details, the goal, the timeline. Let's say it's gonna have from 27 to 31. You can put the campaign URL, and once you put the project, the client is pulled automatically. If we click on the project, we can see that the status and the data is changed here as well. And we have the list of completed campaigns and the list of all the campaigns, everything grouped by the project. Let's move on to the finances. Let's start with the invoices. So here you can track all the invoices that you have with your clients and track their status as well. So this is the one that we have just created, the status of draft. Then you can move it to send. So this way you have sent it to the client. And if it's overdue, you can set it to overdue. So you can keep in mind that you will need to take action on this one. And then once it's paid, you can put it as paid and it's gonna disappear from this view as completed. So here you can only focus on the unpaid invoices. You can as well calculate the sum of the invoices, so you know this amount have not been paid yet. This is the done. You can see how much is paid as well, and you can see the list of all the invoices. Expenses, you can log monthly the expenses that you have. You can set the amount and you can put in the receipt here, so everything is going to be organized here. You can also put this as sum, so you know how much you spent this month, and you have the monthly expenses. So you can see that in October you have $100, and in September you can see the sum of expenses, etc. And we have the subscriptions, so all you need to do is put all the invoices here and you can calculate the monthly and yearly costs. Let's create a new subscription. Let's say it's each month. Let's say you spend 200 each month. So as you can see, it's not calculated yet, but once you put this checkbox, you check this checkbox, you can see the calculations, so monthly and yearly, and you can just put the date, the renewal date. This is all for the finances. Now let's move on to resources. As you can see, we have the SOPs, so the standard operation procedures. So let's open this example here, and each SOP, you can write down the purpose, the owner, this is a person property, and the process, so if it's a lead gen, sales, onboarding, fulfillment, offboarding, etc. You can embed a long video and you can put the purpose, the scope, definition, etc. And here you can put the actual steps on how to do the specific task. For the resources, so here you can input all the resources. You can put the URL and the files. This way it's easy to access from this dashboard. And we have the files manager. You can put the files, you can select the type, and it's either a URL or a file that you can upload directly here in Notion. We have the team members, so you can list all the team members, select the person, the role, the email address, so it's easy to access. So yeah, so this is all for the resources. Now let's move on to the dashboards. So as you can see, we have 6 dashboards. So we start from the top to the bottom. So the lead generation, you can track the total leads this month and all the time. The content pipeline, you can see the leads flow over time, weekly and monthly. We have the campaigns tracker, so this is internal. So this one and this one, they are internal. And the content that you create internally for your business, the leads list, as you can see here, anyone that have a lead or call booked, and the lead generation SOPs from the SOPs database. We have a filter for lead gen. And for the sales dashboard, you can see the sales pipeline here. You can see the upcoming meetings. So we have 2 onboarding, the sales pipeline here, the proposals, the active proposals, the meetings scheduled. So those are for today, the upcoming, and the calendar by week. So those are the meeting we have. This is the meeting we have just created. And we have the sales SOPs, and we have the clients closed over time monthly. For the onboarding dashboard, you can track how many projects that you need to onboard. For example, we have one project that needs onboarding. So this is upcoming clients project. So this is from the sales pipeline. We have a contract that is signed, so we can expect this client to be closed and start to do the onboarding process for him. New projects and the onboarding SOPs. So you can set a simple procedures on how you can onboard clients, and you can put it here as a checklist so your team members know exactly how to onboard a client. The fulfillment dashboard, you can see all the projects, the active projects, any projects that is onboarded, and we'll change the status from onboarding to in progress. It's gonna appear here, and you can track the status in this pipeline. You can see the deliverables, the tasks, and also the fulfillment SOPs. For the offboarding, any project that is completed, you can move it from in progress to offboarding, so it's gonna appear on this dashboard here. So you can see you have one, that is this one, for Nimbus CRM, and here you can see the active projects, and we have the offboarding SOP. Again, you can create an SOP of how you can offboard the client. And we have the finances dashboard. You can see the active invoices, how much you have spent this month on the business, and the subscriptions. So yeah, this is all for this video. I hope you enjoy it.